The nation's gas crisis has reignited calls for a reserve scheme, forcing exporters to hold over some supplies for local use. With the shortage scare come fresh concerns about the cost of living as Labor looks to limit the pain for Australia's lowest paid.
Australia is one of the world's largest gas producers, but as the latest gas crisis bites, businesses are begging for relief when it comes to energy bills to get through winter.
For some might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, unfortunately.
Many are asking how the nation got here again.
The failure of the last 9 years, that's now why we have an energy crisis in the country right now.
This government went to the election saying that they had the answers, and clearly they don't.
Most of Australia's gas flows overseas. To ensure enough was staying here, in 2017, the Turnbull government introduced a so-called gas trigger, giving the federal government the power to limit exports.
He's got the levers there, he's got the legislation.
But it's never been used, and if it was, would take months to kick in. Some are pushing for the new Labor government to pull that trigger, but others are instead looking for a more permanent solution, a gas reserve scheme. The Prime Minister softening on a policy once considered unnecessary by both sides of politics.
Unfortunately, those procedures weren't put in place.
It was a massive mistake of governments, all governments, I'm not being partisan, because Australian needs must come first here. That should be our principle.
In Western Australia, it's a different story. 15% of gas must be reserved for local use. The state reaping the benefits, shielded from the supply struggles striking the east coast.
Well, it's pretty visionary, wasn't it, of the WA government to put that in place, and it has served the people of Western Australia well.
But any move now is likely to be met with fierce pushback from powerful gas companies. The sector's peak lobby group argues more supply is the solution, not more regulation.